Welcome to today's session. Just going to start again by introducing the session's themes. This week we're looking at streaming directly to TikTok, to your TikTok account via Unreal Engine, and we'll be using the Off-World live streaming toolkit. Particularly, we're using the VTuber Studio project as a container for our streaming, and we'll be starting to learn to configure our cameras and learn different ways to stream directly to TikTok. So first, we're going to walk through some requirements that we need to kind of go through to get on TikTok. So it's really interesting because this week I started getting on TikTok to understand what we need to do. So traditionally, connecting or streaming to major platforms such as YouTube and TikTok, Restream, as well as Twitch, you'll need something called something like an RTMP stream key. What this is a real-time messaging protocol, which is a very industry standard way to stream directly to a platform. With TikTok, however, there are certain restrictions over what you need to do to be able to stream. I guess it's to protect their users. So here I've gotten an article from Restream that will help us understand when we stream to TikTok, what are the certain requirements we'll need to go through. So streaming on TikTok requires you to be over 16 years old and also have at least 1,000 followers on TikTok. Also, there are specific country requirements. Unfortunately, I'm based in the UK at the moment, which means that I'm unable to get access to their RTMP streaming feature. So as mentioned, usually what would happen is that we would get access to your stream RTMP URL, as well as your stream key to directly use our toolkit to stream via RTMP. Unfortunately, that's not possible today, which is why it took me a while to configure my project. But I'm going to start from scratch to think about how to stream using the virtual webcam, feature on our Off-World live streaming toolkit, and essentially it's still the same. So to go live on TikTok, you'll first need to gain access with the Live Center. So with the Live Center, every time you press go live, it will prompt you to download TikTok Live Studio. Once you've gotten this studio, it's essentially something that looks a lot like this, where you have a streaming kind of creator studio that allows you to monitor and add sources, add different overlays to your stream. So all of that is super convenient. Once you get access to that, it's basically plug and play. But today we're going to learn to go from our VTuber project over here, configure the CIcam to capture our character, and then we'll be using a virtual webcam to send out to TikTok Live Studio. So first, let's look at the VTuber Studio. If you are new to this project, it's an open source template that we've been building for the past few months. I'm just going to open up very quickly our link to the VTuber Studio project. So essentially, our project is hosted on the Off-World Live Collaborative repository. It's a public repository and it is open source. And what this is that for the past few months, we've been developing a VTuber Studio project template that includes a metahuman as your stream character. We've built a lot of kind of blueprints and we've built a lot of kind of tools to link all of these capture systems and inputs and outputs together. And alongside that, we also have full body tracking and Twitch integration already available in the project. So this project is just free to free to clone on GitHub. What you have to do is, to get the best updates, I would usually use large file storage on GitHub to clone the project, but otherwise you can also click on releases to get the most updated release. So I'm going to check if there are any questions, but if not, essentially this is what the project does. We've also covered a lot of, in the previous streams, if you go on YouTube now, you should be able to see quite a lot of videos on our full body tracking animation blueprint, which allows us to use XR animators to stream virtual motion capture data into Unreal and retarget those for metahumans. So hopefully some of those will be really useful. We've also walked through how to create a Twitch integration NPC in Unreal Engine to receive messages from Twitch. So all of that is really, really interesting stuff to get into, and again, free of charge. So now let's go into the CIcam Capture. So if you've seen this project before, it includes 3 types of captures, including viewport capture, CIcam Capture, as well as 360. Today we'll be using the CIcam Capture as our camera source, and we'll be trying to stream using our CIcam and create a render target for it. So if you're new to the Off-World Live toolkit, you can simply add a CIcam to your project and then toggle to your camera view to do some kind of focusing, framing. And then on top of that, you'll then need to create a new render target and assign this render target to the CIcam. And then essentially what we need to do is basically activate a virtual webcam output. So again, to create this from scratch, you'll just need to add an Off-World Live component, which is named Owl Virtual Webcam Output. And then with this as well, you can go in the virtual webcam output and make sure that the same render target is placed in the settings. And with that, just click active. So now it should all be working fine. I'm just going to also turn on Live Link to show you what it is that we're working on. So with Live Link, we can simply change the MetaHuman face to use a Live Link. Sorry, it should be called face and MVP, which is the MetaHuman's default animation blueprint. And then I'll have to check my iPhone's my IP address on this Wi-Fi. I'm just going to check super quickly. And just entering the IPv4 address on your phone. 0.1230. Perfect. So now I should be streaming my OSC motion capture data into Unreal, and that my camera is also capturing the same texture. So this is really, really great. To kind of improve performance, I've basically just changed my Unreal to unlit so that hopefully it's a bit lighter on my computer. So now in TikTok's Live Studio, we only need to add source. Because the Off-World Live toolkit creates a virtual webcam output, essentially, you can just click on Add Video Source and click on Camera. And then you will be able to choose Off-World Live Virtual Camera as your selected camera. Just framing it a bit better. And now we should be able to stream directly on TikTok, and hopefully we get some viewers. So just kind of setting up essentially stretch to screen. And same thing over here, stretching to stream. Yeah, I think it's quite easy to do to stream on TikTok. However, the struggle we're currently having is that RTMP protocol isn't supported on some accounts. So it'll be really nice to see if you have access as well, but currently in the UK it seems like that's not possible. Sorry, I sound a bit ill, so I'm just a bit croaky, but let's hope that my stream goes well and this is all working. So finally, we just need to choose the game of choice, and I'll probably also do a bit of introduction here, VTuber Studio, and go live. So finally, we are going live. And that's basically it. Now I'm just really interested to see if there are any viewers coming in to check out our TikTok. Hello, Chipko, always the first fan or supporter. But yeah, this is really essentially the first time of me streaming on TikTok. Very unfortunate that I can't show you the most direct way to do it via RTMP, but this is all the same, and hopefully we're going to use this platform now to do some short form kind of engagement and do more regular live streams over there, because it seems like when I had to get access to TikTok, it was really hard because I had to like go online for 25 minutes. But while I was doing that, there was definitely maybe 100 people coming and going into the stream. So it does look like something like this could be quite fun. But again, we can add different overlays, and I wonder if there's anything more creative we can do, getting different alpha overlays on your stream to make them more interactive. So for example, if I move this, if I move certain blueprints around, so we're looking at my screen right now, and there's this sphere in the middle. It could also be that we start simulating the game. And we also get to play sequences and change the view of our camera. So let me actually hit play properly, because it was really nice that Hardcore Rick helped us set up certain camera shots that we can do transitions from. So I'm really hoping to try them out now. So as you can see, I've moved this audio reactive blueprint next to the MetaHuman, and now I'm moving my phone to get closer. With different keyboard and shortcuts, we're also able to set different moving camera shots, and using this as the webcam, using this to assign this CineCam to our virtual webcam output. And now we have moving camera angles for this. Super, super useful. It seems like in the comments everyone's tagging a certain person. I'm not really used to TikTok, so I don't really know what that means. But we've got some views right now, which is quite good. Let me have a quick look. I'm also going to switch around on the camera shots that Rick's created. Yeah, that's really, really nice. I'm hoping to do this a lot more because it's just really, really fun to get different shots. Wow. These shots are really, really nice. Thank you. Yeah, so we can also then see if we want to play any music here. But yeah, I'm gonna have to stalk this person. I have no idea what French Holly is. Let's go and change up different camera shots now. We've also got this really, really crisp CineCam shot. That has a very small number for aperture, so it's got this really bokeh look, but also gets really crisp up to a certain point, and certain dynamic ones. We've got a rose. Thank you so much. But yeah, I would really, really love to find out how we can use different TikTok engagements to drive level interactions itself, because I think that will really make VTubing much more fun. Currently, we've been looking at Twitch integration, and maybe at some point we'll I know that there isn't really an API for TikTok, or at least not that I know of, but if we can build something like that, that would be extremely fun to play with. Going to swap up different camera shots now. I'm really just having fun now, trying to see what TikTokers do. Sound like a grandma for not knowing what I can do on TikTok streams. Yeah, all of this is super fun, really. So hopefully gonna do a lot more of these soon. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, everyone. This isn't too much of a tutorial. It's just a really fun new platform to try and do new things. So very, very cool shots here. Great. Amazing. In that case, feel free to hang around if you have any specific questions you'd like to ask about the VTuber Studio project, where we've covered between Twitch integration to streaming, RCMP streaming specifically to Twitch and TikTok and multiple different platforms. We've also walked through full body tracking, so maybe this is something I can do currently. I hope it doesn't, my computer performance doesn't tank too badly, but might just stop playing for just a second and return to this view. So, right, I'm just going to move the audio visual world around. And I'm going to also switch up my body animation blueprint so that I can set up XR animator to be running in the background for full body tracking. And then I'll just use live link for my face. I think that's probably likely going to be the best setup for highest quality tracking. So just going to do, instead of face animation blueprint, we need, that's human VMC anim blueprint. And going to also turn on XR animator. I'm going to also make sure that CIcam is in focus. With this, if we're doing anything full body tracking, we'll just need an aperture that's, yeah, relatively high. I'm just going to move this a little. And now we're starting. Nice. So I'm going to just configure my camera for this webcam and maybe stream kind of like a half body setup for this VRM character. Sorry, it's looking really janky when I put my phone down, so I'm going to try to keep it on. So I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna make sure that the mocap, sorry, I'm not sharing my correct screen at the moment. I'll only need body and hands for XR Animator because, so you can see it's tracking me through the webcam and it's all working fine. It's also a bit dark where I am as well, so hopefully that's good enough. For pose, probably need something sitting, that's all good. And VMC protocol is on, perfect. Need to make sure that it's tracking all right. And pose, stand simple. I'm gonna turn on some better lighting, just a second. Nice, now my hands are at least moving. So now we can really do, we just have to turn on VMC receiver in this project over here, and I'll start server listen. Perfect. And now we're doing full body streams on from Unreal direct to TikTok using XR Animator for tracking. I'm just rolling around on my just rolling around in my chair, but you can see that my face is properly tracking with live link, and body using webcam media pipe tracking. Just gonna move this camera a bit closer for a better focus. Perfect. So hopefully that does work a bit better. I feel like it's really hard to frame, essentially, with thinking about landscape as well, landscape framing as well as portraits. So just trying to work this way. Yeah, as you can see, I'm working on a lot of things at the moment with Unreal on, and then also using the live studio and running on OBS and sharing my screen on Discord at the same time. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but you can see the LODs proper glitching out now. But we can save that by zooming in on Unreal. But yeah, this is actually super fun, streaming on TikTok, doing full body tracking. And this is all done previously. A lot of VTubers would have to own certain mocap suits, but now it's so simple because we're essentially using just one laptop to make this happen. So yeah, this is super cool to do streams like that. See, there's a heavy Chipko shout out in the live chat, so it's all really funny. Great, amazing. So I'll just be streaming for a few more minutes on TikTok, and I'm just going to end the live preview. But again, thank you so much for everyone for joining the session. I really like streaming in the evening. I feel like it's quite nice to wind down from work too, but also know that a lot of you are in the in another time zone, maybe in North America. So that's quite funny. And yeah, I'd love to do more streams and get some get deeper into blueprints. Perfect. Yeah, really nice to meet you. So if you haven't followed our usual live streams before, we've been working specifically on animation blueprints and certain custom blueprints for VTubing or character controls. We've also done different NPCs for Unreal Engine and getting real-time Twitch messages to create real-time interaction. So we'll be covering a lot more on those topics soon, and hopefully some of them will be of interest to you. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. I'm just going to end this TikTok live studio really quickly. Oh, I didn't realize people were actually watching on TikTok. But yeah, amazing. Got 42 diamonds. I have no idea what that means yet. Perfect. I'm gonna end live right now. Oh, says I have to go live for more than 25 minutes, so might as well. I'm just gonna do that for until 25 minutes, and I'm gonna pause. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Please feel free to let me know if there's anything I can help with on setting up your projects, as well as setting up different animation controls. Could be about streaming OSE data. I usually regularly walk through the animation blueprint. And currently we're in the final stages of updating our widget blueprint. So for those of you who haven't seen before, I'm just going to share it again. I'm also going to just stop this because it's the heaviest thing. So I'm just going to start my controls again and allow my metahuman to sit down and have some nice shots. Great. So for the past few months, we've just been working off this really simple blueprint to link all the capture systems together. And the goal is that we'll be able to use this blueprint to just choose your specific capture system and output, and then directly output from through this widget blueprint. And you can also choose screen capture, for example, to change the display of the screen behind this character. Set up live link or VMC. So we were doing the VMC full body tracking earlier. That's something already configured for you to use out of the box. There's also just very simple glasses, headphone, and accessories that you can customize your metahuman with. And finally, we have this new panel that allows you to set up either using a chat listener, Twitch chat listener, a Twitch chat sender, as well as a Twitch event subscription for you to kind of get not only just chat messages on Twitch, but potentially follow, cheer, subscription, so on and so forth. So we're really trying to get into this world of streaming and interactive streaming in particular, looking at real-time engagement that could drive different animations or particle systems or different changes to your metahuman in your level. And this for me, I mean, just doing this TikTok stream today, I already feel like there's so much to be done in this area, and I can't wait to actually become a VTuber myself. But yeah, this is like super fun stuff to play with. But yeah, we're finally just going to wrap the project up with this widget blueprint and hopefully going to be able to do a lot more real streams and use different characters, change different environments around from kind of like next week onwards, really. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Just going to make sure, still 3 more minutes to, will there be an update to the OWL virtual production repo? That's a question for Hardcore Rick, who's just left. But he is able to get us through. He'll be able to walk us through a lot of these virtual production topics. We're currently updating the virtual production repository as well, so that everyone gets to try the newest configurations and templates for levels. So yeah, definitely an update is coming very, very soon. Please stay tuned for that. No worries. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just really waiting until the 25 minutes so I can get forever access to streaming. But very, very lovely. I'm just gonna have a look at what other sources I can add to this live studio. It's very useful, really. You can overlay game captures with it as well. And maybe Unreal Engine as a game? Yeah, that's great. So what I'm gonna do now is add Unreal also to add Unreal Editor. Oh, it's adding, now it's streaming my message log. Have a look. This is so funny. So instead of using this, let me see if I can change. Now I should be sharing properly a source. That's so funny. Now it's just building navigation. In that case, we can always use window capture. Not working very well. Yeah, all just fun stuff to play with. Oh, have I unlocked the keys to TikTok? I'm waiting for another 30 seconds and then I'll get to end the stream. It's super fun. I feel like I've stopped checking on YouTube as well. I need to make sure that I'm answering questions from YouTube. All right, last 10 seconds. Great. Well done. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining our stream today on Discord as well as YouTube. Yeah, thanks so much for testing this out with me for the first time. It's definitely it's definitely something I'll start doing very, very soon. Please stay tuned, and if you're coming regularly to our next open Q&A sessions, Hardcore Rick and I are moving slowly into our multiplayer game route, where we'll be creating a multiplayer game together. Yeah, super excited to start building something multiplayer together using our live streaming toolkit, and hopefully this will be loads of fun. So yeah, thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.